Hey, I'm Adam.
I'm Bryan.
Back with another episode of Buds and Suds.
So this time we're doing another triangle test, and Adam we've both had Hell or Heaven before. Just came out again recently from West 6, a local brewery in Lexington, Kentucky. And he had this on tap, which I have not had the pleasure, and said he thought it tasted different because he rushed right home and went ahead and popped a can. And so we're going to do a triangle test to see if it really is different. So each of us have poured blindly into 3 glasses. So 2 of the glasses are the same beer. Neither of us know which one we poured double of. And then of course there's the one outlier, which is the one that we didn't pour double of. And the point is to try to figure out which 2 glasses are the same if you can, or if they in fact all 3 taste exactly the same. Kind of a quasi-scientific way of seeing if they're the same beer or not.
Yeah, and we'll just, we'll give our impressions overall of the beer, but then we'll just try to quickly say which one, if we prefer one, and which 2 we think are the same, if we can tell.
Yeah.
So let's get into it.
9%, no IBUs given, by the way. I didn't say that.
So let's just get a general, let's just start with the aroma, or actually the look.
It's
a little
translucent, but a little opaque.
Yeah. White creamy head, about a finger now.
Dissipates pretty quickly.
Whew.
Got that
smells
honey malt aroma.
Yeah, and just juiciness to it, a little bit of tropical juiciness, but you can also get some of the pininess in there, a little bit of resinous hops as well.
Yeah, it's kind of a mixed hop profile.
Yeah, I agree.
I think to me it starts out right along the fruity but barely tropical fruit. Yeah, I agree with you. It's definitely mixed. Oh, let's get into it.
Cheers.
Cheers. I think that's great.
Yeah.
It's a double, and I think you can tell it. It's, I wouldn't say boozy, but you can tell that it's 9%.
Yeah. And I was going to say, the first sip I had on tap jumped out at me at the hop character. This one I got a lot of sweet honey malt, like you talked about, and the hops to follow. It's just funny, different times and different things I drank around the same time altered the way I perceive the beer.
Yeah, I get mostly honey and malt character. I don't really get much. I mean, I get a little bit of piney, maybe resinous. I don't get tropical fruit.
I don't either.
All right, might as well try a different one then. I can't tell a difference in the nose at all.
Not really. The second one may smell a little different to me. But anyway, I'll take the taste.
It smells a little different.
Yeah, I guess as I'm getting acclimated to the beer, I'm getting a little more of that. It's mostly resinous, piney hops on that one. Still that honey on the first one. I don't know. It feels like I'm getting, or I seem to be getting less hops on the first one, but
I think the bitterness is pretty high on this one.
Yeah.
I don't know. This one smelled slightly different, but I can't tell a difference in flavor. I don't think at all.
I don't think I can either.
So maybe they are the same beer. I don't know.
But this isn't what I remembered on draft. I remember just thinking nice balanced hop profile with juicy tropical as well as piney and resinous hops. Didn't get this much honey malt in it. But I have to admit I'm not enjoying it as much as I did at the bar.
I still like it. I think it's a great beer. For me, it's a solid 4. I would definitely buy more of this beer, a little more easily obtainable than a lot of stuff that we really like that we can get. I'd almost go 4.25. If I got more of the tropical flavor like you mentioned, I think I would bump it up, but it's just not there yet.
It's funny, last year's cans I gave a 4. This year on draft I gave it a 4.25, and I'm back to a 4 now with this.
I think it's a great beer though. I mean, it's got a lot of honey characteristics, which I love in a beer. I think it's a little on the bitter side. Not super bitter. I mean, I would have guessed 80 to 90 IBUs.
Yeah, it's good.
So this to me just has a slightly different aroma. But I have to admit, I'm maybe grasping at straws.
I can't pick out a big difference. I would guess that one's different, but it's not. It's not different. Not that different to me.
So 1 and 3 were the same for you. So this is 1.
So I was wrong. So this is the outlier.
That's the outlier. Yeah.
Okay.
And this was the one that I thought just had a slightly different aroma.
That one's different.
So
that's the crowler, and those two are. So that was the crowler. These two are the canned. And what one was mine?
So I did the same thing. I poured 2 into the can from the can and the crowler.
Which in retrospect was not a good idea because the can was smaller. And then I was sitting there as I said, I was like, we both poured 2 from the can.
That's
because I mean, maybe you were thinking the same thing. It's like, oh, he'll guess that 2 over from the can.
Yeah, I was thinking.
But then I ran out of beer as I was pouring. I was like, dang, we both poured 2 from the can.
Well, I almost said get a second one out just in case, but then I thought, it's just too easy to guess if I pour the big beer into 2 glasses. Although we still would have missed it because I would have thought we could tell the difference, but clearly it came from the same. Yeah, must have came from the same line. So it's the same.
It's the same, and it's good. It's a good beer. Good. It's worth trying if you're ever in the area. They don't distribute very far, but if you can get some, it's worth a try.
It's funny when I was up in Cincinnati at Kings Island when this came out the first time, and when it came out, I mean, I was in a craft beer store, and that's all people are talking about is when is Hell or Heaven coming, and people are just coming in over and over and over again asking for it. And the guy finally, said he was holding stuff back for certain people. I wasn't one of the ones he was holding back for, by the way, but I was very impressed when I came back to Lexington and got to try it. I think I may have given it a 4.25. I'll have to look and see, but bottom line is it's still really good, and for people around here, very easily obtainable, but it doesn't distribute far. It's worth getting though.
And it's a once-a-year release. Yeah. But it's good, and it has its core group of followers. One of our friends loves it, one of his top beers, so it's really good.
It's good.
Anything else?
Nope.
As always, if you can't have the beer you love the beer you have. Thanks.